Hello and welcome to Friday Night Shooters. I'm your host Pierre. Today we'll be doing the Ultimate Warrior. This is a cocktail I created shortly after the untimely passing of the Ultimate Warrior, and it hit home to me pretty quickly because growing up he was one of my favorite wrestlers. Him and Hogan were, well, him, Hogan, Macho Man were all my favorite wrestlers in that time period. And seeing him the day before on Raw, and then one day prior, well, maybe 2 days prior or so, being part of the WWE Hall of Fame, he was more than just a wrestler. He was a man. He was a father. He was someone who had a family. He was a person. And seeing the fact that he passed and how much that affected his family and the fans around him and the whole WWE locker room, it hit home. This I made in tribute to him because he had intensity. He was the warrior. And this is my cocktail to honor his legacy. This will consist of Hpnotiq, melon liqueur, Red Bull, Bacardi 151, vodka, and grenadine. Now, when I designed this cocktail, first thing I wanted to do was make the Ultimate Warrior mask. If you ever seen his masks over the years, they always had a vibrancy to them. It wasn't just one, two colors. It was like a whole plethora of different colors to it. A lot of vibrant ones to that. And that's how the shot is designed. His intensity that he always had every single time he came to the ring it's basically, that's what I chose the Red Bull for and the 151, because these are very intense extremes of your alcohol and also your energy. So that's how that's designed. Now, originally, to build this cocktail, first thing you want to do is take about ½ ounce of grenadine. I'm just going to pour it instead of actually measuring, because it's easy to measure ½ ounce initially. Take about there. It's actually ½ ounce, not ½ ounce. My mistake. Now what you want to do, you want to take ½ ounce of Hpnotiq and lay that on top. Problem with these layer cocktails is you gotta know how they actually layer on top of each other. So trying to think of different ingredients that actually will layer one on top of the other on top of the other, this is the best way to do it. Is just basically read the bottles. It's gonna be hard if I can't get the spoon in there, so do it slowly. Go. Oh, that's pretty well. Next ingredient is going to be kind of a mix. So you'll be taking ½ ounce of your melon liqueur, and ½ ounce of vodka to help bring up the ABV, because you want this to go above Hpnotiq, because melon liqueur itself, I'm not sure if Midori's a little bit more, but mine's itself is only, I can't see it, 15% alcohol, whereas Hpnotiq is 17%. So you're only within 2%, and they're both sugary liqueurs. So it's not going to float on top of these. And if it does float, it's not going to float well. So that's where the vodka comes in, because you're basically, it's going to be watered down some because you're taking that to that. So we figure just upping it additional 20%. So that should be about maybe 30, 35 proof or percent. So it should rise above that. Give it a quick stir. for the final layer, as you see, that's 3 separate, completely separate layers. You're going to add your 151. This is the intensity that he has. That's about a quarter ounce. Don't need much, just enough to get up there. There we go. There 4 distinctive layers on top of the other. Got your grenadine, Hpnotiq, your melon liqueur, and then you have your Bacardi 151 on top of that. That's basically his mask. Now what you want to do is create the energy he has every time he goes to the ring. That's where Red Bull comes into effect. So you take the Red Bull, pour it into a pint glass, a large glass, whatever you have on hand. About 8 ounces. Then drop it in. The Ultimate Warrior shot. It's actually not bad. The thing is, with that many different layers, you're getting such a wide variety of flavor. It's not just one by itself. It's like you get a lot of the tropical fruit aspect of the Hpnotiq, a little bit of the melon liqueur, a lot of citrus aspects of the Red Bull. You get the grenadine, the sweetness, the pomegranate cherry flavor it has, and you get the 151. It surprisingly don't really hit you that quickly, but you do get a slight hint of it, and it will hit me in the end. I guarantee that drink will hit me later on. It's a lot of alcohol in there, different variations of it, but it's very good flavor wise. I definitely suggest to try this. It's only a few ingredients. Melon liqueur, if you can get Midori, it's that much better. This isn't bad. This is like a generic one. It's something to look into. Hpnotiq, it's a very free flavor. It's something to look into. They have smaller bottles if you just want to try it. Grenadine, very easy to come by. Vodka, if you can't buy vodka, you're not shopping right. And 151 is also one that's very easy to get. So this is definitely one I suggest you look into making. I am still, and to this day, I'm still kind of railing over the loss of the Ultimate Warrior. I'm still kind of upset that he did pass, but he left a legacy behind. He went out with a bang. His last speech on Raw, basically, it was a speech saying that he will live on in the stories told, in the words and the existence of his warriors, the fans. We'll keep his legacy alive. This is my tribute to him, and I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like us on Facebook.com/spiritcocktails. Subscribe to our channel, and as always, drink responsibly.